Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, and good morning to you. The first ever Midnight Madness here at Boardman High School. DJ Yoakley with you, coming back off, I don't know, summer vacation. We all seem to be doing that. Dude, it blink and it's gone, right? Joined by Athletic Director. Congratulations again, by the way. First time sitting down as AD with us here at Boardman High School, Jeff Hammerton. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot going on behind us. The first ever, like I said, Midnight Madness. Jeff, when you think about what this means to a community like this, first time we've done it for all the sports. It's been done before in certain capacities for single sports. Why now? Why is this such a big deal?
You know, one thing, the school system is going over a lot of transition, new superintendent, new athletic director, and, so we wanted to try something.
Yeah.
And Alyssa Birch was really the architect of this. She came up with, let's do something to kick off fall sports for everybody. You were right. Football did it a couple years ago. But it was just football. And when Alyssa brought it to us and said, let's do it for everybody, it's just a great idea. And you can look, you saw the cross country team run behind us.
Right behind
us. Football team out there. They're sharing the turf with the soccer team. And one thing I was able to address all the athletes that are here tonight. And I thought a theme was, we're not just the football team practicing 2 to 8 in double sessions, and then the soccer team 6 to 8. And, tonight where everybody's at the same time. So let's come out on Friday nights and support the football team, and then turn around on a Tuesday night and let's pack the gym for a volleyball game.
I love it. And I mean, the amount of student athletes that you have is absolutely kind of dizzying. I mean, we took a video and it was just person after person, athlete after athlete, student after student. It went on for about 3 minutes. I mean, and it's a testament to this community. That's a testament to Boardman as a whole. Everybody wants to represent the Spartan on their chest or helmet, whatever it may be. For you, does this build that sense of community, you think? You alluded to it a little bit, but to be able to build it up and to feel pride, not only just for football, which is king around here, obviously, but to talk about cross country, you got tennis going right here. You've got all the sports going right now in fall, correct?
That's correct.
That are going on right now. Do you think that's going to build a better sense of, okay, even though I play football, I want to go on Tuesdays to the volleyball game. I want to go check out the soccer match, and rolling into winter and then spring.
Yeah, and you said it too. It was I had all the athletes come to midfield.
Yeah,
and they all took a knee, and I looked at them like, this is overwhelming. And we have we have big numbers in boys cross country, and right now a large group of them are at a cross country camp and aren't even here. So the numbers would have been even bigger there. But that's the goal. We love to pack the stadium on Friday nights, and that's the thing. But we also saw that last year in the winter when I was coaching girls basketball, when we got crowds for girls basketball games on a Monday night, and then people went to the boys basketball games on Friday night, and that was important to the kids. It was important to come out of the locker room and see a lot of people there to support you, not just family and friends, but now your classmates. And I thought this was a great way to build that.
There is a changing of a guard. You can feel it, and it's been happening, kind of transitioning over the last couple of years. But you alluded to Chris Knight for the new superintendent here. You're in the new athletic director role. What changes do you anticipate? I mean, it's easy. When a president goes in the office and said, I'm going to make these changes day one, but Marco was a great athletic director.
He's phenomenal.
And you served with him and you learned from him as kind of a mentor. What things did he teach you that you're going to kind of carry that torch?
I was so fortunate to work with Marco Marinucci, because Marco was a boss that gave you tasks and allowed you to do it. He didn't micromanage you. He let you do your thing.
Yeah.
And that was important, because when you take over a role that has 24 varsity sports and so many athletes, you want to have that experience, and he allowed me to do that. He wanted us to be, one thing he brought here that was great was he would have a meeting and tell us that he wants us at as many events as we could possibly be at. And every Sunday I would get a text from him saying, these are the events I'm going to, can you do this? And just letting me, be at an event and all by myself and kind of being the administrator there and not having, and having that responsibility, let me, he had faith in me. And I really appreciated that. And I learned so much from him. And the transition has been fairly smooth, because the last month I got to go and work every day at the high school with him, and he helped me do all that stuff.
So for you, I mean, you move into the AD role. Is there a new assistant
There it
AD?
is.
Talk to me about that and kind of your expectations for that.
Yeah, that was another thing Marco said when I first got the assistant AD job. He's like, "There's really no job description for this." He
Oh
said,
boy.
he said you can make this, how you want it, and through the years that we were together, he said we probably should come up with a job description. This, which we did, and it's going to be Rick Seipert now. He's been our girls
I
cross
know that
country
guy.
coach, yeah, and our girls track coach for years, really successful. But one thing I really like about Sipe is he's such a hard worker.
Yeah.
He comes in every morning when I get here, sometimes before me, and it's always like, what do you need me to do today? And he knocks those tasks off, and I try to do like what Marco did to me and say, hey, here's some things we need done, and then let him go and do his thing, and it's been working really well.
I mean, you've championed the girls basketball team from a standpoint of getting them where you wanted to go. Very proud of that, and we're very proud of you for that. It's a little bit different when you're championing all these sports. How are you going to spread yourself that thin? And obviously you got practice doing it as the assistant, but now you're in the big dog chair. How do you become that president like person of the CEO essentially of Boardman Athletics?
Well, it's really humbling, first of all.
Yeah.
I went here. I was a student here. I was an athlete here. Played basketball and tennis here, and then I wanted to come back and teach here. And my wife teaches here,
Yeah.
and my daughter graduated from here. My son is going to be a junior. I can't even
That's
believe it.
nuts.
Yeah, he's going to be a junior. I mean, you remember when he was little league and you were covering
11
his
years
game,
old,
right? And now he's driving and he's a junior here.
Oh
And
my
Boardman's
gosh.
been so great to us.
Yeah.
And all the experiences it's given my family. I just hoping I could pay back now in an athletic director role.
Obviously it's a special place to be. There's great opportunity here from a student side, athletic side, and there's a lot of things to do. Obviously, we're looking at it. One of the biggest schools that we cover. For you, when you look at that, when you're putting a schedule together, do you consult coaches? Is that something where you're saying, hey, we really want to get these on the schedule for one reason or another? We saw a tough season last year with the football team. We want them to bounce back, but we want a great experience, obviously, here being a Spartan and understanding what it means to wear that Spartan head on the side of your helmet on Friday nights. For you, what is it hard to kind of split that up? I mean, between wins and losses and the experience?
Well, the one thing, and again, I keep mentioning Marco, but Marco always just said, I'm not measuring our teams on wins and losses. I'm measuring on our competitiveness, and he was very big on, I just want our kids to compete. I know we're not going to win every game. I get that. But when we go out there, I want the other team to know they played the Spartans tonight, and that was a big one. And I agree with that 100%. That's my philosophy too. I'm never going to, say to a coach, you're going, if you don't go through, 6-4, you come back, something ridiculous like that. I just want to see every Friday night on a football field that we're competing as hard as we can. I see every Tuesday that, we're diving for every volleyball so it doesn't hit the floor. We're on the cross country course. We're trying to set a personal best every time we get out there. We're on the tennis courts and what you name sport here that we're just competing. That's when it's at its most fun.
Yeah.
When you've given everything you've had. That was one thing I stressed as a basketball coach too. As long as we try as hard as we can, we'll look up at the score at the end and we can at least say, hey, we gave it everything we had. But it's when you don't give it effort is when we got upset.
I love it. And you look around this place, you see the football. They're in all the what they got, helmets and shoulder pads on, and some. Well, some of them got pajama pants. We got some shorts. But you look around here, it is more than just the student athletes. You look at the community. You got the head basketball coach, Pat Birch, over there slinging pancakes the size of our head. Donnie Riccatelli's over. I mean, you have so many people that want to have a hand in what's going on right now. For you, that has to be, I mean, I think the perfect word you already mentioned, humbling.
It really is. And it's, we have all our fall coaches here, but if you look over there, you mentioned Pat Birch. We have a state champion bowling coach over there, and Coach Cullen. And her season doesn't start until October or November.
Yeah.
And she's here tonight because she's an expert at getting the syrup into the squeeze bottles. So she was at a concert tonight with her mom, and then concert ended. Come straight here.
Wow.
So these are the kind of things that when you have people like this that will come back, or assistant principal Kyle Sheehan's over there. they don't have to be here tonight. This is an athletic event, and they could be home. They could be in bed. It's after midnight.
Oh my
We're
gosh.
old. We're tired, but here they are and doing anything they can to help.
Did you have to take a nap to get ready for tonight?
I did not.
All right.
DJ, a lot of pacing. That's all. A lot of pacing and a lot of batter making.
You're
That's what
always high energy. Well, you kind of peel back the curtain. We have pancakes here.
Yes.
So the question is how long is it going to take for the football team to have a pancake eating contest? That's what I want to know.
Well, the plan was, if we did the math right on the box, we could make 960 pancakes. So we were thinking, if we get 250 to 300 kids, every kid's going to get at least 3 pancakes.
Oh my goodness!
But the pace that Pat Birch is making them, they're going to get 2 giant pancakes. That's it. But
I love it.
It's going to be fun. And then that was the other thing I told them too. We're going to start eating pancakes around 1. I don't want the football team just to eat pancakes with the football team.
Yeah.
I don't want the volleyball kids just to get to know.
You want a mixer?
Yeah.
That.
And I think that'll build a little, camaraderie as well.
For you, I know this is a broad question and probably tough to answer. What are your expectations for the 2024-2025 school year in athletics?
Well, I think I already said a little bit. I would just be competitive.
Okay.
If we go out there and we're competing with everybody on our schedule, I'll be happy with that. It's like you said, a couple seasons, maybe we had last year that, our coaches were like, hey, we need to improve on, and they're working as hard as they can. It's great to come in on a Tuesday morning at 7:30 in the morning, and our football coach is already here meeting. And then the kids are coming in at 8, and then they leave, and then you've got the soccer guys doing a conditioning thing, and you've got the soccer girls coming. So as long as we're working and getting after it, those are really the expectations.
I love watching you pace the sidelines, but I think there's going to be a little less pacing, and you're not going to wear that hole into the side of the gym the way you did last year. I mean, is that going to be weird for you to not have? I mean, you'll still have your fingertips and your DNA on it, but is it going to be weird for you to have to kind of take a back seat and let coaches coach in that perspective?
Not at all. I was blessed last year to be surrounded by excellent assistant coaches.
Yeah.
Little Brian Terleski and Annie Pavliansky, and Donnie and Ali O'Brien and Lauren Gabriel. I mean, we just, the staff was great.
Yeah.
I mean, and I say this all the time. You interview me, I get interviewed by whatever, but it was a collaborative effort.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not naive enough to think that it was, all me. That's a great group, and a lot of those coaches are back. And we've got some new ones over there with the girls basketball, and that's what makes it great. Now I get to step back a little bit, and I'm 50 now. I've been on those buses in January. I can now turn that over to someone else and let them do the game planning and put it their fingerprint on how they want it to run. I'm fine with it.
Humble, hungry. There's 960 pancakes over there. It's after midnight. Jeff, always a pleasure,
DJ,
man.
Thank you so much
Appreciate
for coming.
you.
I appreciate it.
You
man.
got it. We'll have Alyssa Birch right on after this, right here on YSN. Back in a moment.
Thanks, DJ.